because it's so similar to the English word. But you can also say, if you want to be a little more formal, you can say this. You can say this. Guten Tag or Guten Morgen, which means like good day, basically, if you just want to go word for word, or good morning. Guten Tag, Guten Morgen. The first letter is like G. It's just like you pronounce it in English, I would say. And then Guten Tag, Guten Morgen. That is like you say it. And words that end with the letter G, you're not gonna say Tag, you say Tag. It's more like a K when you say it, but you write it down with a G. Don't ask me why, I know it's complicated, but that's how we do it. And those like is the first phrase when you want to be more formal. When you go, to the bakery, you can say hello, or you can just say good morning, which means Guten Tag oder Guten Morgen. You can also say Guten Abend. I'm gonna write it down for you. Guten Abend. Guten Abend, which means like good evening, basically. And here in this word, Abend, you write it down with a D, but when you say it, you're not gonna say Guten Abend. You're gonna say Guten Abend, more like a D, The Guten, the first word, is just like the same as here, but Abend, you end it with a D. If you are saying it, you can try it now. I'm gonna say the German words, and you can just say it after me, and can control if it sounds similar or if it doesn't. Alright? We start with the first word. Hallo. Hallo. Good. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Alright. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. To this word, Morgen. You see that we write it with an R, but when you say it, you're gonna say it more like more, like O and an A. If you say it, I'm gonna write it on top how you're gonna say it, alright? It's gonna be more often. Morgen. That's basically how you're gonna say it. It's like Morgen. You just kind of let it flow. Morgen. You're not gonna sit on this E right here on the last one. It's just gonna flow. Morgen. Okay, next. Guten Abend. It's your turn. Right. Guten Abend. Very, very good. You're a very good student. The next phrase that we're gonna learn is wie geht's? Basically, just the question, how are you? But in German. Alright. Okay. You're gonna write it down like this. Wie geht's? Wie geht's? That is just like a short form. You can also say wie geht's dir? That is like the long form, and the longer form of this is wie geht es dir? But you can shorten it with like this little sign and then the S, so you don't have to write wie geht es dir, sondern wie geht shorter and, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna say it and you're gonna repeat it after me, okay? Wie geht's dir? Wie geht's dir? Or you can also say wie geht es dir? Wie geht es dir? Very good. Alright, the next is phrase is mir geht es gut. Mir geht es gut. And this means I'm fine. That's like the German phrase for it. Mir geht es gut. You can also short this down, do the same as here. Mir geht's gut. Mir geht's gut. Or you can leave it in a long form and say mir geht es gut. How you like it better. Alright, I'm gonna say it and you're gonna repeat after me, alright? Mir geht es gut. Very good. And when someone asks you, how are you? In English you say, I'm fine, how are you? And basically in German you say, mir geht's gut. Und dir. Like, just very short. Oder, wie geht es dir? Wie geht es dir? Wie geht es dir? You can also say like that. So you just repeat that question after that phrase. If someone asks you that question, just to, find out how the other person is, how the other person feels. So you're gonna say, mir geht es. If the person asks you, wie geht's dir? You're gonna answer, mir geht es gut. Wie geht's dir? Just to, start a little conversation. And they maybe say like, gut, danke, which just means I'm fine, thanks. And we're gonna learn that word too. The word thank you, or just thanks in German. Oh man, I misspelled it. Alright, next page. The German word for thanks is this word, danke, danke, danke. That's how you say things. Alright, I have to think about some other words, maybe. We're gonna learn a phrase like, my name is, and then you're gonna say your name just to be able to introduce yourself, right? Okay, I'm gonna write it down. It is actually quite similar to the English phrase. It's not that far away, but alright. You're gonna say, mein Name press it up so it's like rounded, like that, in your mouth. And then that is how you're gonna say ich. Ich komme aus. And then your country. Alright. I think a good phrase to start with is also saying that you only speak a little German. Alright? For that, you're gonna say, ich spreche wenig Deutsch. Just so you can tell people when you're talking with them that maybe another language is better than German. But, yeah, just so you have like a little phrase in your head. Ich spreche wenig Deutsch. And as I told you, the ich from ich is also found right here in sprech. It's the same way you pronounce it. And wenig, that's like a rule that we have in Germany, or in the German language. Whenever there is like an I and an G at the end of a word, it's gonna be an ich. Alright? Like in Germany, we have a lot of dialects. I don't know if this is the right word, but I think you know what I mean. Like there, in different parts of Germany, you speak like kind of like a different German. And some may say wenig, that the G turns to an K, as I told you in Tag, you know. But because of it's an I and a G, you actually, if you're gonna say it in a proper German, like the Hochdeutsch is the correct German, and then you say wenig, and it's gonna be the same as an ich. Ich spreche wenig und dann Deutsch. Alright? Or you can also say ich spreche wenig in another language that you're not so good at talking, you know. Alright. What are we gonna do next? A good phrase is also something like that. The next phrase with that, you say, I'm hungry. Ich habe Hunger. Ich habe Hunger. Okay? And there we have the ich again with the pronunciation. Then you have the habe, and the is just, as I said in Hallo, very soft, windy noise. It's just like if you want to warm your hands, you're just gonna inside them. That's like basically the same way to pronounce it. Then you can say ich habe. There is again the for the hands. Hunger. Hunger. And again, even though we're writing it down like that, you just say it like an A at the end. Hunger. Hunger. And you're also kind of just don't like pronounce the G correctly. You're just gonna let it flow and say Hunger. That is how you say Hunger in German. You say Hunger more like an A at the end, you know, not hunger or something like that. As you might pronounce it, you're gonna say Hunger. 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 Okay? Alright. And like to combine that, you can also say ich habe Durst, which means I'm thirsty basically. Ich habe, which is the same as in this phrase, ich habe Durst. also say ich will das nicht when something is like happening and you do not want that. Ich will das nicht. The first phrase ich will nicht is more like I don't, you know. And the phrase underneath ich will das nicht is more like I don't want that, you know. Like you point on something that you do not want. And ich is the same as like the other phrases before. Ich will. The l is very soft, like not like the l in English. Like l, it's like l, very hard in English, and in German it's like l. You put your tip of the tongue right behind your upper teeth and just let the rest of the tongue kind of hang down and let the air go out on the sides of the tongue, you know, like the English is like your tongue is kind of more hard on the top, you know, and if you let it hang down, it's gonna be a bit softer, you know, and that's how you're gonna pronounce will, and then das nicht, and there we have the same pronunciation as we have here. Ich will das nicht, and the D at the end. Alright, I'm gonna say it, you're gonna repeat it, alright? Ich will das nicht. Alright, very good. And for the last phrase, we're gonna write it down. To say goodbye, we have two ways to say it. You can just say just, and you're gonna use the word just more when you're not so formal, you know, with friends or with your family. You're just gonna say tschüss, and it is et, and then you go to sh, and then you're gonna like let your lips come together a little bit more, get a little bit rounded more, and then you just go through like choose, and then an S at the end. Choose. Alright, that is the first way you can say it, or if you want to be a little bit more formal, you can say auf Wiedersehen, which just means that you're gonna see that person again, maybe, and it's just like more of a formal way to say goodbye, basically. And it's gonna be auf